So the novel, I'm in Humboldt, Tennessee, and I'll be getting picked up by my family to come here, I think tomorrow. So I'll pick up where I left off. Building a coven. I know I have more to say. Much more. Far too much to cram onto the back half of this page. This 200th page, filled in 8 days or so. But now I know for sure I'll have to go back. All of the events leading to quitting my job and beginning to write as I do now, longhand every day, are not documented at all. It was only after getting to Los Angeles and having no other means, along with the urge or compulsion to write, did I pick up a pen. I began typing. It has been a devolution, a retrogression. As I continued to write by hand, I began to feel and still think this is true, that writing at the speed of thought, typing, is too ecstatic, too much like ejaculation, a torrent of slipshod trains of thought barreling through the minds of us all. But writing is a psychic pressure, filtered from the mind through the body, and brought to bear upon the page by the hand. This is the dignity of verse, blank or otherwise, that by refining what we think into something legible on the page, you transmute divine providence into eternity. Though, no free lunches, as always, by degrees. It is further refined through typing, ideas collapsed and expanded as needed, and after this great labor, perhaps you may leave something of merit in your wake. Now in my recollection, in physical safety, if lacking psychological sanctuary, I ruminate on ambiguity as a hallmark of art. Whether Kubrick discusses Mona Lisa's smile, or Alistair discusses the importance of mystery, or Gielgud questions why Horatio never tells Hamlet about Ophelia in the graveyard, or Emerson espouses that demystification is the diffusion of substance or idea, or both, into the full spectral condition. To know a thing is to have permission to dismiss it. The highest art is beyond reduction, classification. It is its own eternal reservoir. The interpretation changes. The ages mar the psychic landscape, but the idea is eternal and absolute. I have this idea, this knowing, this certainty. My favorite filmmaker has this one more movie about a writer, the journalist. I am sure, if ever anyone was sure of anything, I am the actor that should play the role. I am a writer before an actor. In the tempest of this saga, I have sought, trusted, and betrayed every truth I have ever known. In so doing, I have conjured by letters this ethereal magnetic family, which I love, but still do not understand. I know my mistakes are legion in number, and everything I've done since my hideous cowardice has been to show my respect, my remorse, to show that I really am the guy, and I'll do whatever I can to prove it. Willow, I hate that I loved her immediately, and sure, I should have been more secretive. Sure, you're fucking special, yes, I agree, goddammit. What I said at the time is true. What's the big deal? Some guy knows we're in love, and while I didn't phrase it that way, yes, I remember, that's how my heart felt. I thought she was my champion, that the two of us could convince her father, which I see is better. But now, I was sure it was all towards something. There's 1,000 elements hovering like a meteor shower. Starting at the beginning, Alistair is the first element. His films, his writing, his character, the journalist. Alistair is the prime mover. I am the second. I wrote 4 letters. Sound, passionate, sincere. Willow, I believe, is the third element. She read my letters and showed them to her father. Between then and now constitutes a lifetime of experience. I never conspire. I see things simply. On the basest level, on the highest level of criticism, I wanted Alistair to pay me to go away, because I was hurt that he dismissed all those words, to show him that writing means something to me, and for him to do everything he did, cancel the film, tell me everything he wanted, and for me to burn him is my great shame. I feared as the weeks passed that everything was fucked and I'm a huge asshole who will never be anything, and I reckoned if projecting into my future, a suicide by gun type end in 7 or 8 years. How could I possibly pursue being an actor after this? How could I possibly write after this? When she came with him at Clam, after feeling that he hated me, I wanted to show him my remorse. I didn't want to love her. I wanted her to stay in her fucking lane, but she's got me. It was not all bad, but she has said and done so much. An ocean of hateful, spiteful, hideous things about me. And now I have about her as well. They've put the screws to me, her most of all. Annabella and her father are the fourth and fifth elements, always watching in the wings. Annabella coaxing psychology in her way. Her father in Israel, they say, but is he? The sixth element is Dr. Solinsky. I mentioned Alistair without saying his name in my first letter sent before Tribeca. Rednish and Dashboshki are the seventh and eighth elements. I wrote both of them as well as David Solinsky before I knew Willow hated me. I thought that we should be together, and that she wanted that too. I was gullible and played the fool. I suppose PTA is the ninth element, being contacted by Niche regarding my letter. Clay Anastasio, John Fishes, Spike Gordon, and Paige McDermott are elements 10 through 13. A baker's dozen. Expanding the accordion of thought, I'm at a loss. I do not know where the objective truth ends and my madness begins. Inevitably, I did look her up, only when she insisted. And true, she is as beautiful or more than I already knew. I never needed to look her up. My instincts were right. It has detracted something. And I know that feeling is why she wanted me to stop her in front of the theater. And I knew. But her design to force me to see past the dog, past the sunglasses, I did not, nor could not foresee that her half of this equation of our relationship was sleight of hand to her, a cure for boredom, not longing or love as I believed. I wanted her to at least stop and look me in the eye. I wanted the games to be over. I need the games to be over. In writing my poems of devotion, I seemed to move her to action, that she got it finally, that everything I'm doing is to make her and her family happy. She said she needed me. Why? I still do not understand. I thought Alistair and my innocence, the cause of our continued separation. Not knowing what I can do to show someone who has all the sweetest perfumes of Arabia how I am worthy or deserving of their daughter, I took a vow of poverty to show that she does mean everything to me. My devotion, after writing 3 of the world's most eminent writers, and knowing that they all wrote Alistair to help me, was rebuked with resentment by Willow to be cruel. It still hurts just as much now. I can remember in New York pleading with Alistair, no more magic. I said, no more. We have to come together. And he agreed. But now, thinking on Anna, who I know I have never written, though perhaps she has thought of me as I have of her, I considered the tactics. When I got my phone and demanded Anna text or call or fuck off, Willow lamented, you know all my tricks. Has everything since not been of a similar ilk? Clay, Q, Lisa, all psychic phantoms, shadow puppets, cast above the light of their reason? That the 3 of them conjured them, along with Hazel, and perhaps all the other writers as well, expending exponential thought forces to beguile and confuse me. And why? Why has it gotten so out of hand? Why convince me I am the inheritor of an excess of love? I think on Lisa's psychology, the ugly duckling, and I see Willow, judging the cover of a book she will never read, playing the part. I think on Lisa telling me she is with friends, and I reckon that notch on Willow's belt feels pretty good. If you asked her that night she reveled in Bacchanalia, while all the while in her mind's eye, convincing me I'm the only one as I sleep in a disgusting hovel in a parking garage at LAX. All of them playing their parts. Alistair with Clay, Annabella with Q, Willow with Lisa. Knowing these things are true, that they, by cause of will, can reveal themselves, others, images, ideas, into any mind they so choose to occupy. Would Willow have concocted the entire pregnancy to compel me to stop loving her? Because she hates that I don't suspect her conspiracy to defile me, my spirit, my heart? Is it possible to have the heart of a child and the mind of a demon? Can anyone in truth selfishly conspire to see someone suffer because you can? What is gained in contrivance? Is malevolence a motivator to action? Can a woman feel delighted so much to justify compelling a man's madness because she didn't get her way? I wish I had done anything differently regarding Tribeca, regarding fooling myself that Willow was not Alistair's daughter. And though her father tells me you did everything right with my daughter, my confusion spirals. I mentioned in my letters to the writers that I am in a place where I do not believe any of my thoughts, which is why I asked them to write Alistair because I want to be whatever he or she needs me to be in this space. Fact and fiction are shades of gray matter, and I needed some token of recognition. I am still seeking absolution. Is Annabella's father a Kabbalistic rabbi steeped in sacerdotal art? Is the Hoffman family a psychic hive mind residing and operating within the highest, most rarefied stratas of conscious awareness? Power holders of the highest degree? Is Willow his daughter a wicked witch who, through her means, arrived at honestly, roosts in any strange mind she seeks to reduce at will? Has she violated hundreds of minds before mine, and hundreds more to come? All these and 1,000 more questions perpetuate my diseased wit. I cannot ask them. Please do if you can. I do not know where they live, because if I did, I would have been beaten down his front door and every window since August, shouting through the walls, "What's your fucking problem? You got something you need to say to me?" I would cast a circle of salt around them, trapping their nefarious intent in the demonic temple of Baphomet they call home. The tactics are evident if you know what you're looking at. And in that way we must be family. But if you know where they are, getting fat in a Malibu mansion, perhaps, you tell them how I feel. And let me know what they say. Go on. I'll wait.